Good morning, everybody. It's Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading on Monday. I think it's August 9th? I'm not sure. Maybe it's August 10th. I don't know. I haven't checked the date. But this is an evidentiary video. I'm in front of my chicken coop number 1. And as I've described, that the criminals, it's called a Zersetzung, when they do a little bit at a time, because it's too much if they destroy something all at once to make it a reportable offense. So this is what happened here in Jackson County, Kentucky, under the guise of Sheriff Daniel Isaacs. Yeah, a real stellar individual here in Jackson County, Kentucky. Yeah, he does not prevent crime. He perpetuates crime and participates in crime. So I'm going to show you about Zersetzung. So first they tore out this this plank, then this plank, then they knocked this down here, and then they did this yesterday, and this is what they did overnight. Okay, overnight this is what they did. Okay, so you'll see they had to go underneath this house in order to do that. So let me move it, because I have not moved it. Yeah, so they had to actually go, look at this, they had to go underneath, and they put bugs in here. You know, it's called plausible deniability, but make no mistake, this is being done to the building. It's being done to all of the buildings. It's called real estate property mobbing and Zersetzung, which is an East German Stasi technique, yeah, being deployed here in Jackson County, Kentucky, at the little village that used to belong to Travis Sparks. Travis Sparks built all of these little buildings except for the gray ones, which are the ones that I brought here when I moved here. But yes, but rather than keep this historical village intact, the local neighbors and the magistrate and Judge Gabbard and Ross Murray and Sheriff Daniel Isaacs, they all participate in organized crime called Zersetzung. It's real estate property mobbing. Yes, under the name of community watch, the community stalkers, that's what they are. They're community stalkers. They're wannabes. They want to be a police officer. They want to be somebody. They want to be something because they are nobody. All they do all day long is watch me and other targeted people in the community for profit. They're what's called gift card whores. Yes, all they do is they work for the gift card. They are paid informants. They get paid under the table, and they get paid to destroy property, like my neighbor threatening all my workers to not work here. In fact, caught on camera. If you continue to clean her property, you will be part of our lawsuit. Yes, and that's the agenda here in Jackson County, Kentucky, is to destroy this little village. Oh, I don't know if that's a bobcat in the background. Might be a bobcat. But yeah, this is what happened over the weekend, over on the full moon. The little witches like to come out here and destroy things. And this is what they did overnight. Okay, and I'll have another video later today. I want to discuss something that's happening in the targeting community, and I know that I have subscribers that are not targeted people. You may have a friend or family member that think they are, and you come here for education and resources, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the new followers. Some of the new followers, though, are perps or bots or whatever. But either way, we need to get the message out and help the channel grow. Well, I will go over a series of emails to describe the behavior of a cyber stalker or a very disturbed individual. Okay, at the very least, this person is angry and has stalking propensities and targets certain people in, I'm going to say, our community, in the targeted individuals, targeted persons, watch-listed community. And targeted people are watch listed. They are illegally, covertly placed on a watch list, a government watch list that the FBI compiles. That's right. And why? Because some people actually blow the whistle, you know, like my little chickie here. This is chirp. Do it again, chirp. So people get placed on the list mostly for revenge and because you pissed off the wrong person. Yeah, like in our society today, there is a mechanism, an octopus that's in place where if you piss off somebody in a position of authority, they will place you on a watch list to be tormented and asset stripped for the rest of your life. In the name of national security. That's right. So they let all the pedos go free. They let all the deleters go free. They let all the Freemason losers go free who don't pay taxes. They let all of your informant neighbors go free. But all the innocent people out there, the hardworking people with morals and ethics, they label them as the T's, the domestic T's. And I'm not going to say the word because YouTube doesn't like it that much, or it doesn't like it in my channel. It may, it goes untethered on other platforms who have millions of subscribers. They can say anything that they want, but no, on these little channels, you have to be careful about the words that you utilize. So we're going to use the word watch listed. If you're placed on a watch list by the FBI, which I call my favorite bureau of instigation, because that's what they do. They're not fighting crime. They're not reporting crime. They're not, if you see something, say something does not pertain to you if you are already placed on the list. And just so you know, we're not talking about a few hundred people placed on these lists. We're not even talking about a few thousand people on these lists. We're talking about millions of innocent people placed on the list in every city and every state across the country. But they make it very clear they want the targeted people to not live too close together because they don't want them sharing information and forming alliances. Right, Zumi? So they make it that the targeted people live usually at least a half an hour away from each other, even longer. Like here in Jackson County, Kentucky, I know of somebody that is targeted in Lexington, in Winchester, in Campbellsville, in, I've got to let my birdies out here, in Western Kentucky, the name is just escaping me, but in every city and state. And when I was living in New Jersey, oh my goodness, thousands and thousands of people, innocent people, on watch lists in New Jersey. Of course, they have a bigger population, and the people that stalk you, though, in New Jersey are not low-life Beverly Hillbillies like here in Jackson County, Kentucky. They actually, the people that stalk you in New Jersey work for a lot of the local businesses there. They work for a lot of the local businesses, and they are paid. They are brought in as informants with your tax dollars. Here, they did this to the door too, so you can see. You see here? It's called Zersetzung. It's an East German Stasi technique. Under the guise of Homeland Security, under the guise of national security, under the guise of keeping the neighborhood safe. If you see something, say something. Your neighbors will drive by and go, oh, let's report her new friend. Let's go get the driver's license. Let's get the license plate, and then we'll run in and we can give it to the county lawyer, and they could track them and bribe them and threaten them like they've done with my landscapers. Okay? So I will be filing 3 complaints on 3 separate landscapers. Yeah, 3 separate landscapers. The last one is called Wagers. R-W-A-G-E-R-S. Yes, and the guy, they were trying to honeypot this little loser man, who I would have absolutely no interest in anyway, to ask me for a date. I kid you not. Meanwhile, while he's destroying my property, getting stuck in the middle of my property, which is a habit here in Jackson County, Kentucky. When I first moved here, Chris Bowles, my neighbor up there, who stole my gate and who stole my 2 vintage chassis, he got stuck right here, and he changed the flow of the water. So he was paid to do that. And now Wagers, he got paid to get stuck there. Tyler Allen, he got paid to get stuck over there. All with your tax dollars to wage against me here in Jackson County, Kentucky. They are destroying my property. It's called Zersetzung, and it's called Carmageddon. What goes around comes around. Whatever you do to me is coming back to you times 10, including all the witches that are spreading your bitchcraft all over my property. All the branches that are falling when there's no wind and no rain. And that's right, I'm speaking out loud in the privacy of my property. And if you don't like it, neighbors, too effing bad. Because you're all part of it. You're all part of it. You're all getting paid. Yeah, I know where I get my money from, and I know where you get yours from. All your gift card whores, rat snitches. You're all gonna rot in hell. So that's my little Monday morning rant on Zersetzung and neighborhood stalkers. They think they're wonderful creatures. Like last night, just last night, I left my house from that door to that door. It's about 40 feet. I went in here to check on the cats. I was in there about 10 minutes. Go back into my house, and some inhumane terrain team black ops loser was in my house and threw a pile of ants in my garbage pail that did not exist there previously. With your tax dollars, they can bribe any county official to participate because they get money under the table. And like here in Jackson County, Kentucky, we never pass an audit. We never pass an audit. No, even with a financial magistrate, we never pass an audit. Where does the $500,000 go? Oh, I guarantee I know where it went. Went to pay all the neighbors and money under the table. Yeah, but we can't fix the roads. We can't fix the county creek. No, but we can install a baseball park when everybody here's got a minimum of 20 acres or more. We need a baseball park? I don't know, guys. It's called misappropriation of funding. But you know, it takes somebody from another state to come here to see how corrupt it is here in Jackson County, Kentucky. But unfortunately, it's not just here. I mean, I don't know if you heard about the judge that got deleted by a sheriff. On camera. I kid you not. In Lecter County. It just baffles the mind what self-entitled people think that they're entitled to get away with in this country. And I'm going to end on that note because I'm going to end up getting myself in more trouble than I already am. But anyway, this is what the skies look like today. It looks like a normal day in the neighborhood. And I'm going to sign off for now. Got to feed my kitties. Got to get a cup of coffee. Get out the rest of the trash. But yes, Zersetzung. Zersetzung is a method of, it's called a decomposition. That's the actual meaning. Zersetzung, the actual meaning is decomposition, decompose, decay, delete, a little at a time. And our country, our intelligence agencies brought those Nazi scientists after the war ended, after Hitler and all of that stuff, thinking it's never going to happen again. But no. Our intel agencies brought those Nazi scientists back here and didn't arrest them, didn't line them up in a firing squad. No, that's not what they did. They gave them qualified immunity. They gave them immunity, they gave them undercover names, and took all their secrets to use against American citizens with your tax dollars and mine. So anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. Lorraine Alternative Homesteading.